Hello everyone. So today we're going to be drawing or trying to draw or partly drawing this gorgeous photograph from my son. This man, he took this photograph of this man with permission. My son does a lot of photography in and around and outside when he was living in Cape Town. And my love of drawing as fast as I can, something that replicates what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing, this just appealed to me to that. So I'm going to be doing a quick sketch. I love how he has his side parting all the way around down the side where his ear is. Just makes it that much more interesting. See what sort of character he is. I love his big bushy eyebrows and all his wrinkles and everything else that goes along with him as a character. He's just really fun and interesting to draw. So generally what I do when I am drawing something like this is I just go for it. I don't think about it. I just go full in, and as you can see, it is freehand. I do very little copying, as in grids, etc, etc. There's nothing wrong with them. However, doing this does give your drawing a much more organic, freer feel to copying. And I do photorealism. Don't get me wrong, I do quite a bit of photorealism. I have quite a few photographs of animals mostly that I have drawn, that I absolutely love doing. But this kind of free hand just alleviates that area of photorealism where it can just become so tedious because you are trying to get that drawing as close as possible, obviously, to what the actual photograph looks like. So here you can see I have not given his forehead enough room. I don't think I have actually even given him enough of a long nose, because I see that he's got a very long nose, but that is fine. We will continue. We're not going to worry about that. I'm going to put his mouth in. I'm going to put his chin in. And I'm hoping that this will encourage you to do these types of drawing. And as you can see, his ear is completely out. People's ears usually start round their eyes and end up at the bottom of their noses. So here I was completely out as well, but the graphite allows you to make those quick little errors into a non-error with all these beautiful wrinkles, these lovely shaded parts where his eyes looks like this one is slightly open, so we'll just add a bit more detail here. He's got a beautiful overhang eyelid, lovely bushy eyebrows again, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I have to tell you that I have drawn my dad and he wasn't very happy at all. He doesn't often look at himself, so ask me who it was. It was really actually quite interesting, because although I had drawn him and it did look like him, I was quite surprised at how it came out. He was not at all happy or recognized, you know, who this man was. So that was quite interesting, because we all feel that we look different, don't we, to what we actually look like. So to get back to this man, fabulous man, he's got a big overhang here as well. Let's put his eyes in, put in all these wrinkles that are happening down the side here, shade, to give him some volume. Let's get his neckline. And that is probably all that I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up my blender and just shade where there are shadows. And we'll pull out some detail just now. But this is all that you need to do to practice. And you may think to yourself, gosh, well, it isn't really much practice, is it? But it honestly is all you need to do every single day. It will help your drawings excel like you can't believe, because you are drawing what you see. Here you can see that I've gone out with his jawline completely wrong. So that can be rectified. We'll simply take our beautiful Faber Castell 4B, draw his earlobe back in, get his hair going here, and that's sort of rectified, I would say. He's got a light down his nose, you can see, and a light on the edge of his nostrils, including this one on this side. So I'll lift that out in a minute, and you can see how that is done. Gorgeous moustache that is just so unruly. I left out that wrinkle on the chin. Let's put that wrinkle in quickly. Quite a defined wrinkle. It's got a bit of a loose sort of saggy skin type of thing happening here. If I had to meet him, I wouldn't tell him that. Let's just get that in. That's his mouth. Let's get that in a bit more defined. We've got his moustache. It's going in the most unbelievable way. So obviously hasn't been trimmed in years. This side, it's just as raggedy and untidy. We'll get that going. Let's just deepen his eyes a bit more. As you can see with graphite, it's all about layering. And although I've gone straight in here and I have not really layered much, one can still lay down another layer on top of what you have done, just to give it a bit more character and detail. So here we can see we've got a bit of a dark line here on his hair. There's a bit of more dark happening here, and I need to darken this, and his one eye is higher than the other. It's a bit of not a very good way of showing you how to draw. In fact, I've got this eyebrow completely wrong, but this is what it's all about, isn't it? It doesn't matter if you haven't got it perfectly right, and it doesn't really matter if your drawing is not 100%, because what it is all about is the fact that you've practiced and that you've sort of got a likeness to what you are drawing. So here I am going to just darken again, because this area here is very, very dark, and his nose here is very dark. This side here is darker, and his mouth, I need to get a bit more roundness going here. Now we're going to start lifting out some of those amazing lights that he has on his face. I'm just going to shade this in because his forehead is in a bit of light on the top there. You can see that it is quite a bit lighter than what the rest of him is. Now we're going to start lifting out some of those details, and the first place we're going to do it is on the moustache. This is the easy part, the moustache, believe it or not. And then we're going to lift here on the top of the nostril. We're going to take that light out, and we're going to take this on the top of his nose out. There's a beautiful piece of fine white line that goes down and to the side of his nostril. That needs to come out. We've got this across the top of his eye. We've got some here that she needs to come out, and we've got this across here that needs to come out. and down the side of his face. His wrinkles, everybody's wrinkles have got shadows. So one lifts out and then gently puts those shadows in. And I think I'm happy with that quick drawing. A little bit of practice and hoping that it inspires you to draw and to keep going with your art. Take that out of the lobe. The lower part of the lobe has got some light there as well. And that, my friends, is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will list the materials at the bottom that I have used, and hoping that this inspires you to draw and practice, and that you have enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.